Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm going to give it just another minute or so to let other people get on. Take this time, get something to drink if you need it, something to take notes with. I have a lot of information that I'm going to be going over this evening, and I am eager to get started here shortly. If you could just give me a thumbs up, make sure you can hear me. I'm checking my sound here. Everything looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. I promise to do better this week than I did last week. I've got all that figured out now, all the new stuff they changed up on me. I love when they do that. It's like going grocery shopping and they change everything where it is in the store. All right. So, like I said, I have a lot of information I want to go over with you all this evening. So, if you're new to QuickSilver, I hope to be welcoming you into the QuickSilver family if you're not already a member. If you are, hello. All right. So, I see more people coming on. Let's give it a minute. All right. Let me go ahead and kick this off. So, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and share some of the information I have here. I'm going to go ahead and close my my camera in a minute so that the full screen can show you what I'm trying to show you instead of me also. You're not here to see me. So give me a second here. And here we go. All right, and let's get rid of me. Okay, so what I first want to do is kind of go over some stuff here preliminary to for you to understand who we are, QuickSilver, who we are, and what we do. It is best to understand why we do what we do and why it's important to you. Because I can tell you that we're a precious metals company that makes it easy and affordable for individuals like you to accumulate silver and gold through our auto wealth delivery program. But, until you understand the why, that probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you. So what I want to now do is to get started by showing you a couple videos that I have that maybe have been seen by about a handful of people so far. These are videos that they're going to be live on our site in the next week or so, but you're among the lucky ones who get an advanced screening of it because you took action and you're on this webinar tonight. So let me go ahead and share those videos with you. Just a second here. All right.
Welcome to QuickSilver Plus. We are a precious metals company that provides people with the 4 keys to unlock the wealthy life. Our proprietary platform enables people, just like you, to automatically gain and protect their wealth in an accelerated way. How? By combining beautiful pure silver and golden bullion assets with a proven income generating system designed in a way never done before, all with the focus of helping anyone accumulate wealth and capitalize quickly. We are currently expanding and have positions available for those who recognize what it means to have a first mover advantage in a program that is growing phenomenally. Before we continue, we want you to be relaxed in knowing that you can participate as a preferred customer with no membership fees, or, as we'll discuss in the 4th key, you can secure a lucrative ambassador position for very little out of pocket to leverage our wealth platform. So, are you ready to be given the 4 keys that unlock the secrets to the wealthy life? Of course you are. So listen close. The first key to the wealthy life is wealth-building precious metal assets. That's right. Something as simple as pure silver and gold is the foundation to gaining and maintaining wealth. The second key is automatic wealth building. When you make something happen automatically, you'll succeed. The third key is making the world a better place, to feel like you actually make a real difference. And the fourth key, you need to have a simple income generating system that creates leveraged residual income for you automatically. We have all of that for you here at QuickSilver. Learn more about these 4 keys and how we can help you achieve them by continuing to the next video. On behalf of the entire QuickSilver family, thank you for watching, and let me be the first to welcome you to the wealthy life.
Hi, and welcome to QuickSilver Plus. Throughout history, silver and gold have been used to gain and preserve wealth. It's a fact that silver and gold have historically gained in value at a rate that has far exceeded nearly every other option over time. That's why the first key to the wealthy life is wealth-building precious metal assets. Something as simple as pure silver and gold is the foundation to gaining and maintaining wealth. You see, during the financial crisis of 2008, people lost an average of 40% of the value of their retirement plans, whereas precious metals during the same time tripled in value. Today, we are seeing the same indicators of the next crash on the horizon. That's why it is so important to diversify into precious metals. Not just any precious metals, but beautiful 99.9% pure silver and gold, putting a diversity of wealth-building assets right into the palm of your hands. Wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint. So to make it simple and effective with QuickSilver, you'll enjoy achieving the second key to the wealthy life with automatic delivery of silver and or gold each month in a quantity tailored to fit your budget. We call it Auto Wealth Delivery. You'll be surprised how fast you'll stack up a nest egg of precious metals in a relatively short period of time through our Auto Wealth Delivery program that of course has no long-term commitment. Whatever you decide to do, whether it's to become a preferred customer or to take it to the next level and become a wealth ambassador, we encourage you to get started down on one of our proven paths today. Your future self will thank you for it. To discover more details on the remaining keys to the wealthy life, continue to the next video below.
Okay, so let me get back to where I was there. Give me just a second. Close out these so they don't autoplay something else. All right, so let me kind of do a little reiteration of that. So at QuickSilver, there are 2 paths that you can take. You can be a preferred customer on a monthly auto wealth delivery, accessing member pricing with no membership fee. You can increase or decrease what you get each month, change what items you receive, cancel or pause your auto wealth at any time. Or you can take that to the next level and become a wealth ambassador with us, sharing this information with others, and we will actually pay you commissions, which you can actually turn those into those commissions into free silver for you. So that is what we do and who we are in a nutshell, but let me show you why it is so important that you own silver and gold. Those were the what's, now here's the whys. So let me give you a brief recap of what silver and gold, how they have performed recently. In 2024, for example, gold had its high at 35%. It ended the year around 27% increase. So in the beginning of 2024, it was one thing, and by the end of the year, it was up 27% in value. Currently, gold is up 16% just in the last 3 months. Silver, its highest last year was 50%. So it had a 50% increase at its highest. It ended the year at around 22%. And currently in 2025, it is at 18%. So you can see that it's definitely been increasing in its value. And let me give you another example of things that have increased, not necessarily in value, but your cost of goods, your milk. In the last 15 months, the cost of milk has gone up 16.5%. Orange juice, 46%. And this one really hurts. This is coffee. It has gone up 65% in the last 15 months. So, this means, the cost to you is much more for the same amount. You know this, you feel this. Your money didn't increase in this kind of value. And this is, this is actually what it essentially decreased by. So you can see how silver and gold increased in value as where the cost of goods have increased in cost. Another example here to kind of show you, in 1971, a loaf of bread. You could buy a loaf of bread for 25 cents or a fifth of a gram of gold. In today's terms, that same fifth of a gram of gold will get you 5 loaves of bread. But you're not getting that much bread for a quarter. How much bread would you get for a quarter? Let me think. If you go to a diner, I think it's at least $1 for a couple slices of bread. So maybe half a, slice of bread for that same quarter. So it's kind of like, if you have a friend who's trying to lose weight and you see them every day and, they're gradually losing weight. But if you had not seen them, for 6 months and all of a sudden they're 20 or 30 pounds lighter, that's a big shock. It's, oh my gosh, you look so great. But, looking at this from that kind of mentality, when you see the huge difference that time has made on the value of money, it's really kind of obvious. So we went off the gold standard a long time ago. I want to show you what happened when we did. So these two look like, $1 bills. The one down low is from way back when we were on the gold standard. You could actually take the bottom one to the bank and get $1 worth of silver in exchange for this silver certificate. The dollar bill that's in your wallet right now, it says Federal Reserve note. That's the one up top. That's a note. It's not a certificate. It's just a note that the government says basically we owe you this. So that's kind of where that kind of change had happened. It's kind of like IOUs at this point. But I mean, you need currency. It is what it is. Currency helps things flow. That's why it's called currency. In the absence of the gold standard, kind of going back to when we were taken off of that, in the absence of the gold standard, there is no way to protect savings from confiscation through inflation. There is no safe store of value. Without silver and gold, there is no safe store of value. Another example here. There are basically 2 kinds of tax, the kind the masses can see and the kinds they can't. The inflation tax is the second kind of tax. I'll show you a really good example of that here. So minimum wage. In 1963, minimum wage was 5 silver quarters. So $1.25 in silver. That same silver today is worth $25. So you can kind of see how the value of that has increased. However, no matter where you are, whether you're in California, New York, Utah, Florida, whatever, I know your minimum wages are all different, but the federal Department of Labor, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. But they'll tell you, oh, look, it went from $1.25 to $7.25. It went up. Well, no, that's the inflation that they have stole out from under. That's why that value, that 25, there's that discrepancy. So it's not the same value that they've been giving is the point here. The US dollar has lost 96.7% of its purchasing power since the Federal Reserve was established. They're supposed to be protecting it, and it's lost 96.7% of its purchasing power. So you can see that saving in fiat currency is a losing battle. I mean, you need it. The fiat currency is, if you're not familiar, US dollar, Canadian dollar, British pound, whatever currency it is that you use to pay for things. Nowadays, that is fiat currency. So you can see how that's a losing battle, but you do need it to, pay for things and whatnot. But when it comes to saving, you really should be saving in silver and gold. You could see how that increased in value over time, and that is why it is so much better to be saving in precious metals. And saving in precious metals, it's easier than you may think. We have a variety of auto wealth options to choose from, like we had showed you in the video. 1 ounce silver coins, 1 ounce American silver eagles. We have tenths, 100th ounce gold. Oh, sorry, getting ahead of myself there. 100 ounce gold. We also have 1 gram gold. All these different, and even these trading metal cards that we've just recently came out with. You can learn more about those and each of these things on the QuickSilver website. But yeah, definitely a variety of ways. Some person once said to me, you get in where you fit in. That's a perfect way of saying it. So definitely. And also, being wealthy isn't just about money. There's a large part of it that is about money, but I mean, you can also be wealthy in spirituality, in your community, helping out. That makes you, wealthy, on the inside, wealthy in your heart, finding joy in all these different things. And so that is why we have actually, let's see here. We have created Project S4. That is where we've actually joined forces with a company called Feed My Starving Children. They're a nonprofit, and they provide meals to starving children and families around the world. Helping others in need is the third key to the wealthy life, and it's one of the most rewarding things a person can do. With every purchase, either through our shop or auto wealth delivery, funding is automatically going towards meals that save lives and help build communities, making it effortless for you to become a hero to many in need. So I want to elaborate on that even more. I have a couple videos. This first one isn't going to have any audio. I'm going to speak while playing that. Give me just a second here. All right. So this is a batey in Haiti. A batey is a village in the middle of these massive sugarcane fields that people who work in the fields live here with their families. These initial images are from a long time ago. However, you can see from the images of more recent times coming up here, not a whole lot has changed. The structures are made essentially of scrap metal and random items. They have no electricity or running water. Working in the sugarcane fields is extremely strenuous and dangerous work, and it doesn't pay much. However, not too far away from there is a massive resort. They've recently been built. They have good paying jobs. FMSC works with other organizations, one, to bring food to starving families, but also to bring education. The people of this village are being taught English, hospitality, and cooking classes that they can go out and try for these better jobs. And it brings hope to these communities that before had none. So I know it's a reality for many people throughout the world, not just here in Haiti. But it's hard for me to imagine being a child of these villages and, believing that that's all your future is, that's all you can ever do or be. It's really sad. The work that FMSC does and their partners, they work and do amazing things. It is life-changing. Instead of just giving people food, they're actually teaching them how to become self-reliant. It's like that old adage, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, you feed him for life kind of thing. And that's what they're really doing here. I want to show you another video. I'm going to turn off my audio volume so that you can hear the video audio clearly. Give me just a second.
When we first met Lauza, she did not have any energy. She couldn't stand, and she had red hair. But when we started giving her the food, life started changing. Her stomach changed. It's now normal. Her hair, and she's now able to go to school. She's now able to play with her friends and able to go to school and participate in class like any other children. All this is possible because we gave the food, because you came and packed. Seeing Lauza here is testimony that hope is greater than malnutrition, because malnutrition will kill you, but hope will add value. And I want to say, keep packing, because this food is making a difference in lives of many people and many children, the future leaders of tomorrow.
Okay, so you can see there how partnering with FMSC like we have has really made a huge difference in many people's lives. And that's one of the main reasons that we have partnered with them. Another one is when you are partnering with a organization, especially one that does charity work, it's really good to know how much of the funds that are being donated to the cause is actually going to the cause. So I want to show you a few examples of other organizations that are very good organizations. They do great work. So March of Dimes, 76% of every dollar that is donated to March of Dimes goes towards the actual cause. Salvation Army, 82%. St. Jude is also 82%. The United Way is 85%. FMSC is 92%. So 92% of every dollar that is donated, and we donate it as a group, QuickSilver as a whole is donating to FMSC. 92% of everything that we are donating to them is going to the cause. It's going to packing these meals and getting them out there. So it's a really, really great organization that we are so happy to be a part of. Let me go ahead and show you this. So our mission is to help as many people as possible through Project S4. We have been able to provide 147,496 meals to date with the help of all of our members. We could not do any of this without our members. We are so grateful. Helping others to us is not only about providing meals to starving and malnourished children. It's also about educating others about the value and benefits of saving in precious metals and showing people how they can accelerate their wealth with us. After all, it is in our logo. So let me go ahead and get into that. So if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That is a quote from Warren Buffett. And that's kind of what we do here. If you want to become a preferred customer with us, that is fine. Like I said, there's no membership fee. You can do that. You can get signed up. If you want to take it to the next level, though, this is where this next part kind of comes in. So there are actually 7 great ways to earn here at QuickSilver. First, and I'm going to do kind of a high-level overview of this. Once you get enrolled, there are detailed videos and training in your wealth platform in the back office where it shows you videos, visual, aids, all kinds of stuff to show you how you can accumulate these commissions. The first one's customer acquisition bonus. So for example, when you share your website with others and they turn on an auto wealth with you, let's say they start open an account with 4 coins on auto wealth. We'll pay you $4 for each of those coins that they got started with, each of the auto wealth coins. So that's what that is about. Challenge bonuses. When someone purchases a challenge package from your site, we will pay you up to $40. The normal challenge bonus is $20, but if you're double challenge bonus qualified, we will pay you $40. And I'll tell you how to get double challenge bonus qualified in just a moment. So this is the challenge package. It has a high quality custom, it's a high quality custom coin storage case. Say that 5 times fast. 4 crystal clear snap lock capsules. And that case holds 40 1-ounce silver coins. Velour jeweler's pad, cotton gloves to safely handle and inspect your coins, a magnifier. You can choose the quantity of 1-ounce silver coins you want with that package. Plus, should you decide, like I said, to become a wealth ambassador with us, when you purchase this package at enrollment, you will instantly be double challenge bonus qualified. So like I mentioned, if you are double challenge bonus qualified, you will double the commissions earned on challenge packages for life. One of the ways, like I said, is to purchase one at enrollment. So you can simply buy that challenge package at enrollment, or you can buy or sell one to a customer within your first 30 days, and that will get you double challenge bonus qualified as well. We also have challenge bonus overrides. So when another person that you personally enrolled and they became a wealth ambassador and they're earning these challenge package bonuses, you can be paid up to $10. If you the regular is $5, double challenge bonus qualified is this. Most people is $10. Most people are double challenge bonus qualified with us. Direct commissions. This one's a great one if you are someone who you're like, what, I don't want to be enrolling people into a program. I don't want anything to do with that. That's fine. It's not for everybody. But direct commissions, you will be given a website where you can just refer people and say, hey, check out my website. You should own some silver. There's a bunch of different varieties of things there. Just, when they purchase something, we will pay you a commission for their purchases. The amount of commission varies depending on the product, but that is also in the details on the in the shop. You'll be able to see that. And once you're a wealth ambassador, we'll have training on all that also. Wealth cycles. This is the one that's can be extremely lucrative. So every time your left and right teams, we are a binary, so you have a left team and a right team. Every time each side accumulates 100 points, we will pay you a $10 wealth cycle up to $20,000 per month. So I will get into more about the wealth cycles in a moment. Leadership bonuses. When qualified, you can earn up to $5,000 per month in leadership bonuses. Matching wealth cycle bonuses. When qualified, we will pay you up to 50% matching wealth cycle bonuses every time someone you referred earns a wealth cycle. So let's say, for example, you have a team of like 10 people and they're each earning wealth cycle commissions. They earn a 10, throughout your organization that you've personally referred them. And we're going to pay you, if you're qualified, up to 50%. So they would get 10, you'd get 5. We have 10% and 50% matching wealth cycle bonuses. It's very easy to get qualified for them. Again, more information on that and training on how to do that is in your back office once you get started. Like I said, we are a binary structure. So what that means is you have 2 teams, a left team and a right team. Some people call them legs. And everyone is building, everyone is referring, and it is putting all this business underneath you as your teams grow. So you can see how that can really exponentially, because you have this compounding on itself. I'll show you another example here, wealth cycles. For this example, I'm going to keep it simple numbers. So a 1 ounce silver coin on Auto Wealth is 10 points. We're just going to focus on Auto Wealth coins at this point. So let's say someone's on a 10 coin Auto Wealth. That's 100 points each. We actually have some new products that we just came out with that also are like 100 points and stuff. So it's really easy to add for those points to add up. So, like I said, 100 team points left, 100 team points right produces a $10 wealth cycle. So that might not seem like much. However, let's take you. You have a left team and a right team. You introduce 2 people, 1 left, 1 right. That gave you $100 because let's say they were on a 10 coin Auto Wealth for this example. So there's $10 right there. Let's say those people did the same thing. They referred 1 left, 1 right. That's another 2 wealth cycles for you because it's team. It's not what you did necessarily. It's what your entire team is doing. So you can see how this starts doubling on itself and how it can really start adding up. It's kind of like that whole adage, you know, what a penny doubled every day, and how that starts building up exponentially. It's the same concept here. So let's go ahead through a few more of these. So you can see we're now up to over $1,200. And you can see how it really spreads out. And this is all just an example of each person referring to. At this point, you're at $10,000 in monthly earnings. Now, obviously, this is a perfect and a simple example to show you how that can exponentially grow, and you can do up to $20,000 in that. This example just went to $10,000. So, why silver? Why do we focus so much on that? Here is a couple of pages from a booklet that's actually in print right now that I had written. I want to share from this some stuff here. Historically, the silver to gold reserves ratio is 11-to-1, meaning for every 1 ounce of gold, you should be able to buy 11 ounces of silver for the exact same money. Looking at the price of gold today, you will see that means 1 ounce of silver should be valued well over $200. This shows that silver is extremely undervalued. Many believe that the natural order of things will come back into alignment over time. In addition, silver has widespread industrial uses. It is in all electronics, solar panels. It has medical applications, electric vehicles, the list goes on and on. How many electric devices do you have in your home? Think about 10 years ago. How many did you have then versus how many you have now? Do you think you're going to have more electronic devices in the future? Of course you are. So silver is a finite resource, just like gold. This means that as industry consumes more and more silver, keep in mind, gold is typically stored. It is not consumed. It is not used like silver is. So as industry consumes more and more, there will be less and less of it. Simple supply and demand show that silver is posed to increase dramatically. This is why at QuickSilver, we are more focused heavily on silver. All right. Showing you that silver to gold ratio. Historically 11-to-1. Today it's about 88-to-1. So a huge difference there. Here are a couple excerpts, or a few excerpts from an article about silver and silver's manipulation and why it's believed to be manipulated, the facts that it's being manipulated in the market, being suppressed. So the COMEX futures market allows banks to sell massive amounts of paper silver without having the actual physical silver metal to back it up. The paper silver supply far exceeds the actual physical silver available, creating an illusion of abundance, which suppresses the prices. Physical shortages aren't reflected in these prices because large contracts are settled in cash rather than metal, which keeps the silver artificially undervalued. Those who own paper silver decide to settle the contracts in actual physical silver. If they did, they would, 90% of them would still be left holding a worthless piece of paper because there is nowhere near the amount of silver that is being traded on contracts that there is right now. And the thing with that is that the spot price of silver is based on this paper silver. It's not even based on the real physical metals. So that's a huge red flag there. Another one, this was actually proven in a court of law. One of the most high-profile cases involved JP Morgan Chase, they were found guilty of spoofing silver and gold prices through illegal trading practices. In 2020, JP Morgan paid a $920 million fine for manipulating the silver and gold markets for years. They were found guilty of that, and they had to pay this fine. Now, you would think a fine like $920 million would, cause some places to wake up and not do this thing, discourage people from it. But despite that record fine, JP Morgan and other banks continue to dominate silver trading, leading many to believe that manipulation is still rampant. So even that fine wasn't worth it to them to stop manipulating the silver market. Everything in this excerpt is fact, but there's a little bit of speculation in it, and you can draw your own conclusions for why governments may turn a blind eye to the suppression and manipulation of the silver prices. So governments have a vested interest in keeping silver prices low, as it benefits industries that rely on cheap silver, such as solar panel manufacturers, electronics producers, medical device companies, etc. In addition, due to its high electrical conductivity, thermal reflectivity, and resistance to extreme environments, silver is indispensable in advanced defense systems, weaponry, and space exploration. So that's another reason why they might want to keep it, low. Like I showed you earlier, this is the silver to gold ratio. I wanted to show this to you again because in the last major bull run on silver, the silver to gold ratio reached into the 30s. We are currently in a bull run on silver and gold right now. So that is definitely something to look to in the future here. Central banks are ramping up silver and gold holdings, which is kind of a huge sign, they see something, why shouldn't we? China alone has increased their holdings to 48%, up from 11% within the last 2 years alone. They're rushing to stock up on this metal. They see something possibly we don't. They're trying to protect themselves. Why shouldn't you? So definitely take charge of your financial future. Don't let another day pass hoping for a better tomorrow. The future is in your hands. Your future is. It is time to secure your future for yourself and your family. No one else will. So definitely get back with the person. If you took notes and you have questions, or even if you don't, please do be sure to get back with the person who invited you onto this call. Find out the answers to your questions and what the next steps are for you to get started, at least set up an auto wealth of silver or gold or both for yourself to protect yourself, your wealth. This is, kind of like wealth insurance. Saving in physical or in fiat currency hasn't been working. You can see what it has done historically, silver and gold as well. You know that is what you should be saving in. So do get back with the person who invited you onto this. I hope to be communicating with you more in the future. Take that next step. Have a great night.